As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First play, Watson to the air. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 36. They go up the middle with Chubb. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A give. This is Chubb. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. They'll find Farrell open left side. Touchdown! Luke Farrell. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. This is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, 1st down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On third and short, they'll try option left. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Well, you know, if you've got the defense laying back, maybe that option works. But if you're coming hard on third down,
it doesn't work because you force the hand of the quarterback and the runner too quickly, and most of the time, unsuccessfully.
They'll run for it with Akers. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this Browns defense stands tall. So their first drive of the game already trailing, having given up points. But a little surprised that they went for it, right?
Maybe the big guy, the head coach, senses this is going to be a shootout type of a game. That they've got to match them point for point, as opposed to, hey, we'll get them later. Maybe he just has that sense, and that's why he decided to go for it there.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers.
The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now it's Watson. And he's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. So he makes the catch, getting settled in here after being on the free agent wire. And so many people are just saying, how is he on the free agent wire?
Well, we know it can't just be talent, right? There's a reason why no one picked him up the entire offseason and into the season. So it had to be other reasons. But if they get those things figured out, they've got a big-time performer.
That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works a defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. To the air yet again, Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Handoff comes to Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down, here's Chubb again. And a short gain down to about the 33. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
No, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Hardy. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Off of play action, it's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now a throw here to his running back. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 15 yards there for number 15.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain there on the play, but that all gets wiped out with a penalty.
Well, that's a setback, but all the good play callers, they just move on. They find something else in the playbook that can attack this defense, and they go right back on the offensive on this play.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now it's Jackson. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. Again, Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Touchdown, Browns! Deshaun Watson with his third touchdown pass of this first half. And the Browns will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league. But this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. No break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Jackson's throw complete there to Beckham. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He'll get 8 on the keeper there. It'll be second and a couple. Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
All right, I've got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his feet as far as he's concerned.
What are you saying? I'm on the plus side of 30.
Well, if you're on the plus side of 30, you don't know what I'm on the plus side of. All I know is that run right there let us know there's still some life in those legs.
Absolutely, still got a lot of life left in those legs. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Akers. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
On 2nd and goal. Jackson, that's out to the flat for Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that will lead to a 3rd and goal. Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Odell Beckham from 10 yards out. And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Tucker with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded right around the 8. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So a sensational return there on special teams, a foot race that he was not going to lose. But now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Browns drive about to get started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Watson, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. A run for Nick Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Watson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. On 4th down, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Chubb running right. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They run. Chubb. And some good tackling there as he's stopped up at about the 41. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That pass is caught by Hardy. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Watson off play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Nice. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. On the move to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Throwing now, Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, You really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you that. Primary target, and he's...
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here we go on fourth. Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. He will have the conversion and more than that. And the Browns are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This game has been a lesson, a clinic in how to throw the football. I mean, even with a big lead, they're not turning off the engine. They're not getting off the gas at all. They plan to keep going at them, and it's working for them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Here's Watson. And it's caught. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a fourth and goal. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Jackson to throw. Out across the 40-yard line before he's brought down. So a first down and then some. One last shot for Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Cleveland, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.